Yo, headhunters, DSP here, David Stephen Patterson, and I want to share with you a little message about cold calls. Now, I actually went live in my Facebook group yesterday about this same subject. So, FYI, I run a Facebook group called the Headhunter and Executive Recruiter Community, or as you kids say nowadays, because you want to hashtag everything, hashtag HERC for short, and the link is down there if you want to join, but it's in the comments below. But anyway, about cold calls. So had a student post in the group about this great tip that David showed me or told me about that made a world of difference in my cold calls. And everybody's wanting to know what it was. So I posted this in the group. I'm going to post a video here for and hopefully this will help. Now, first off about cold calls, really quickly. Cold calls are a tool. I've railed against cold calls for a long time. You guys know this. And it's not that I hate cold calls, but the problem is it shouldn't be your only tool. For a lot of recruiters, it's the hammer, right? It's the only tool you have, and if everything is a hammer, then everything starts looking like a nail. And you need to build your dream house, you need a variety of tools, okay? Not just a hammer. But it's not like you can replace the hammer. It is important. At the end of the day, this is a relationship business. You need to be able to talk live to your prospects and eventually your clients. Now, that said, the idea is, ultimately you want to be able to educate your clients before they get on the phone with you. That's what I help my clients with. Help them build these marketing ecosystems with YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn, using organic posts and paid, which is really important, email campaigns and webinars and podcasts and all these different things to basically make sure that every single solitary decision maker in your industry is completely educated, or at least as much as possible, before they get on the line with you. Because the Sales 101 says the more you have to explain your service on the phone when they're already doing this because you're a salesperson, the less likely you are to make the sale. Now, that all might be well and good, but you might be thinking, that's great, but where does that leave me? I don't have the budget to do that or the time. I'm making cold calls today. What can I use today to make a difference? So I'm going to share something with you. This is a simple introduction, okay? I'm not going to get into a big script as far as once you get into your pitch, that's on you. I'm just talking about that simple introduction to get past that initial barrier where they're like, talk to the hand, which is a natural reaction to telemarketers, because let's face it, when you're doing business development calls, you're cold calling, you are a telemarketer. You might be a search consultant, high-level matchmaker, headhunter, and all those different things you want to tell yourself. At the end of the day, the way they view you, if they don't know you, which is why building a marketing ecosystem is so important, right? It helps with this, right? But if they don't know who in the hell you are, you're calling them out of the blue. Sorry, my friend, you're a telemarketer, and you're probably the 10th or 15th person to call them that day or that week or whatever. They've heard your pitch, they've heard it a million times, they regret having picked up, which is why you hear things like this. No needs. Talk to HR. Not a good time. Well, why'd you pick up the line if it wasn't a good time? Send me your brochure, which they never read, by the way. Brochures are a waste of money. Talk to HR, talk to the hand. You got to go through bounty jobs. You got to be on our vendor list. Whatever they can do to get you off the phone and pass you off to somebody else because they don't want to deal with it. Okay? Even though they may really, really need your service. How to open them up. So I'm going to give you some key tips on the introduction, okay? One is going to be a pre-call ritual that you can set for yourself to help send to yourself for the call. And then secondly is an introduction script that'll help open up your prospect. First, the pre-call ritual. Whatever your pre-call ritual is, if you don't have one, get one. 5-10 minutes before your call block, you want to send to yourself. You want to go meditate. Calm your thoughts. I know you're scared to make these calls, and which is why you're leaving your voicemail pitch over and over and over again because you're maybe 5% pick up, if that. So you're leaving your voicemail, and then somebody picks up. Oh crap! I got a live one, and you kind of sputter, you stammer, you stutter, or you puke out your script really fast because you're so afraid they're going to shut you down, which they are. You're trying to get your pitch out as fast as possible. Don't do that. You got to be centered. When you talk slow, talk powerfully. Talk slow, low, almost be a vacuum. Be a force where you push and then be a vacuum and pause and pull them in. It's really powerful. I can go on and on about that, but it's just really, really important that you center yourself, because this script I'm about to show you doesn't work very well if you're trying to rush to get your words out. It works the best when you deliver it slowly, powerfully, centered, okay, with a lot of pauses. Here is the script. Now the script is designed to work when they don't know who you are. If they already know who you are, you don't need this, which again is why it's very important you build out your marketing ecosystem. But in lieu of that, if you're brand new and they don't know who in the hell you are from Adam, use this. So I'll run through the script and they're going to backtrack and explain what I'm doing. So the script is simply this. Hey Bob, David Patterson here with the Kineta Group. I know you weren't expecting my call right now, but did I happen to catch you at a bad time? Well, to be candid, I don't even know if it makes sense for us to even talk right now. If it's okay, let me explain why I'm calling, and then you could tell me if it makes sense for us to even talk. Is that okay? Now, here's what I'm doing in this call. First off, I want to flip a frame. Now, what's a frame? I can have tons of videos on what frames are. But a frame in the world of NLP is simply the context of interaction. Coach, student, right now. Friend, coworker, or in the case of you calling, telemarketer, prospect that doesn't want to be sold to. And not only that, a prospect that feels that you're like a door-to-door salesman trying to get their foot in the door and they're trying to shut the door as fast as possible because you're invading their space, which literally is what you're doing. So, I want to give them a pattern interrupt to snap their attention back to me because they're probably in their email, they're not paying attention. Hey, I know you weren't expecting my call right now. Well, of course they weren't, but by saying that, it's a bit of a pattern interrupt and snaps their attention back to me. And then I say, is this a bad time? Now, what's their natural reaction when I call? No. So I want to use that to my advantage. It's weird. The numbers actually work out. I've tried, is this a good time? Is this a bad time? I get more positive reactions by them saying no to that than is this a good time? Believe me, the numbers do work. But irregardless of what they say, I'm giving them a little bit of power, and then I'm saying, I don't know if it even makes sense for us to talk right now. Basically, this is not a hard pitch. I'm just calling. Let me explain why I'm calling, and then you can tell me if it's okay for us to even talk. Is that okay? I'm giving them the power, and I'm generating a ton of curiosity because they have no idea what I'm talking about. After that, I simply just go into my pitch and make it relatively soft, or I can make it as hard as I want, whatever it is. It tends to open them up significantly, surprisingly easily, because again, I'm creating curiosity, I'm giving them a sense of power, and letting them make the decision instead of me trying to force my way in. Try this today. I guarantee you'll have much more success, or at least in the initial first minute or two of the conversation, than with your old scripts. Anyway, if you want to join my Facebook group, the link is down below. I'll drop a couple other links in there that may be of value to you. And with that being said, guys, happy hunting.